Crypto's dislike for New York Times peaks with Sam Bankman-Fried speaker deal. Former billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried has confirmed he will speak virtually at New York Times DealBook Summit event next week, resulting in major backlash online. The last time crypto Twitter's criticism for the New York Times approached this caliber was back in January, when the outlet released a piece on Pudgy Penguins, an NFT project that soared to an all-time high floor price after the piece was released. The project's founders soon after proceeded to rug pull, emptying the company's wallet and then attempting to sell the company for 888 Ether to an investor. The author Kevin Roose had been gifted 2 NFTs prior to publishing, but claimed they would be returned due to journalistic ethics. But crypto Twitter was quick to criticize New York Times for shining a huge spotlight on a less than honest project. Indeed, the outlet is often censured for failing to understand the complexities of the industry on which it's reporting, a common occurrence among many larger outlets. However, the community has arguably never been so riled up as now. New York Times heart Sam Bankman-Fried. On Wednesday, Sam Bankman-Fried confirmed the interview would still take place on Twitter. It came as quite a surprise. Replies poured in, many angrily asking why someone suspected of the biggest fraud in the industry to date is still walking around, let alone welcome to speak at an event selling tickets for over $2,000 a pop. New York Times speaker lineup is an interesting group of people to throw together. It includes Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky as well as Mark Zuckerberg, former Prime Minister of Israel Benjamin Netanyahu, and former US Vice President Mike Pence and Ben Affleck. At the event, New York Times columnist and editor Andrew Sorkin claims he will, quote, bring together today's most vital minds on a single stage, end quote. DealBook Summit says it will reveal, quote, hidden complexities, unexpected relationships, and the wide-ranging ripple effects of change, end quote. It wouldn't be surprising if even Mike Pence didn't want to be rubbing virtual shoulders with Sam Bankman-Fried right now. However, New York Times has decided to take an opportunity any media outlet would pounce on. There are, of course, several ways to go about it on stage. As a bit of content marketing for the event, New York Times released an interview with Sam Bankman-Fried, smack dab in the middle of the FTX and Alameda research meltdown. The article focused on Sam Bankman-Fried's philanthropic and political endeavours. For another take, Protos has reported on both. While informative, public sentiment found that it tiptoed around the elephant in the room and labelled it a, quote, puff piece. Even Twitter's chief nightmare Elon Musk took the time to reply, quote, this is one of the biggest failures in US journalistic integrity of the 21st century, end quote. A protest outside the New York Times DealBook Summit event against Sam Bankman-Fried's speaker deal has been proposed, but Protos has been unable to confirm if this will take place. Sorkin has responded to concerns about the interview going forward. Quote, there are a lot of important questions to be asked and answered. Nothing is off limits, end quote. Indeed, while crypto Twitter is outraged that Sam Bankman-Fried is not in prison, that's hardly the fault of the New York Times. Not to mention the public might be able to hear the most thorough first-hand account from Sam Bankman-Fried to date since things fell apart. Let's just hope we get something a bit more enlightening than, quote, fuck regulators, end quote. For more informed news, follow us on Twitter and Google News, or listen to our investigative podcast, Innovated Blockchain City.